Today, I am going to break down the secret to manifesting anything for you, including health, including $1 million, including your dream home, including the relationships you want, including anything and everything that you can think of. So if you like this topic, if you are excited to find out the actual secret to how manifestation works, then please hit like. And if by the end of this video you receive value from it, then please consider subscribing for more videos on how to manifest, on how to call back your power, on how to heal yourself so that you can live the life of your dreams. Hi, my name is Lisa with Lisa Heal Yourself. I'm testing out my new microphone today. So leave a comment below and let me know how the sound is for you. And let's get into this video. Okay, I first want to set the stage. 12 years ago, I was suffering beyond words. I was non-functional. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I couldn't speak. I was suffering beyond words. I had extreme chronic illness with so many diagnoses, over 200 symptoms, and I had lost everyone, everything. The only thing I wanted to do was to be able to make it through the next second. Prayed to God every day to end my suffering. And I truly did not think that I would be standing here today. But not only am I standing here today, walking 10 kilometers every day, talking to you on a YouTube channel that I created, having manifested my dream house, living in this beautiful location on the lake, and healing in ways I never thought possible. Now, not all of this happened because of manifestation. There were things that I did, techniques and tools that I used. And when we're talking about healing myself, healing my chronic illness, I definitely used a lot of tools. But when we talk about manifestation, when we talk about manifesting something, what is manifestation? It is literally bringing something into being that doesn't exist now, right? We are bringing something to life, a dream, a vision, a desire that isn't in existence right now, but that you really want. And so it wasn't until I started to apply the lessons of manifestation that I was able to shift things quicker, faster, easier, and everything started to fall into place. The biggest secret to manifesting is that you don't attract what it is that you want, but you attract who it is that you are being. You attract who it is that you believe you are. You attract what it is you believe you deserve. You attract what it is that you believe. Period. This is the secret. This is really the entire secret to actually manifesting anything that you want. And I'm going to break it down for you today so that you can understand it a little bit better and apply it to your own life. Now, I'm not saying that your reality isn't real and that it does, no matter what you try, it's seemingly unchangeable. I lived in that situation for years and years and years. I did not think that I could change my situation. I certainly didn't believe it. And I tried everything. So I understand what it's like to literally be stuck in your reality with no way to move something, to move the circumstances, to move the situation, to move your body, to make it different, because it seems so heavy, it seems so real, and because of that, you feel completely stuck. And you give up on manifestation because you think manifestation, that is some weird magic hocus pocus. I'm living in a reality, and no matter what I do, I'm not able to move this. How literally could I manifest this with my mind? I'm not gaslighting you here. Your 3D reality is real. I know it's real. I lived it. I lived it for an obscene amount of time. An amount of time I still grieve over. An amount of time I will never get back. 3D reality is concrete. When we are trying to manifest from our 3D reality, from what is real, here, now, in the physical, in the body, in this world, with all the laws of this world, like gravity and cause and effect and relativity, right? When we're working with the 3D reality, we are working within certain laws. And when we take action, we are taking action from the 3D reality, from our reality. We're able to move the physical when we work with the physical, right? When we do something, we see a cause and reaction. And that is what all these tools and techniques are doing for us. They are helping us to manipulate our 3D reality. And we are trying, and sometimes we are able to make progress with all the physical healing tools that we have. Our physical diet, our sunlight. I'm not saying that the foundations aren't important. In fact, it is the entire first part of my Become Your Own Healer program, because it is so important to work with what we have here in the physical, here in the 3D, to apply the tools and tips and techniques, to use the protocols, apply the strategies that will get us movement here in our body in the 3D reality. This is how we make things happen here in our world. So they are extremely important. They're parts 1 and 2 of my program, Become Your Own Healer, where we work on the foundations and then we work on advanced physical healing protocols. This is extremely important to know how to work with your 3D reality. However, this is not a place that you can manifest from. Even though we can make progress, even though we can manipulate our 3D reality, even though we can use all these tools to go towards our goals, right? To achieve our goals, to call our goals into being. This isn't the place that we manifest from. This isn't the secret to manifestation, because we can only get so far. We can only get so far with our actions from the 3D reality. If we want to truly manifest, we have to do it from 4D reality. So I'm going to be talking about 4D reality and 5D reality, because this is the place that we manifest from, and this is how we call our manifestation into being in our 3D reality. So before we talk about how we can step out of our 3D reality and get into the 4D reality, let's just quickly go over what is 4D reality. 3D reality is what's here, what's tangible. It's your body, it's yourself, it's your reality. It's the construct in which you live your life. It's your identity. It's who you are. It's time and space, right? It's relativity. It's knowing the past and the future and your place in time and space in it. It's the body that you live in and the person who you are, your identity, your worldview. This is your tangible 3D reality. Nobody is denying that it exists. Nobody is denying that it's real. Nobody is denying that it's hard and you have circumstances in it that you don't want. Nobody is denying your emotions. They're real. Your thoughts about what you think about these, they're all real. They're real to you, right? They're real in the 3D reality. So, what is 4D reality then? 4D reality is built upon awareness. Okay, it is the awareness that you are more than the 3D. So it is the awareness that there's part of you that can be the witnesser or the observer to what you're experiencing. That you are not the thought, that you are not the emotion, that you are not your identity, that you are not this worldview that you created, that you are not your experiences or your situations, that you are something different that can witness and observe your life, your 3D life, and that witnesser, that observer is you. So it's is the real you. So it's the awareness that the real you isn't part of your 3D reality that you're living. The real you is outside of that. The real you can observe that. So the 4D reality is the conscious awareness of more than what we see, of more than what we tangibly see and feel here in the concrete 3D reality that we live in. It's the awareness that there's more out there, the awareness that there's a higher consciousness, the awareness that you're connected to the higher consciousness, the awareness that there's infinite possibilities in which your life could have taken or could have unfolded. That depending on what side in the morning you wake up on the bed, or depending on which way you drive to work, or depending on whether you go to this supermarket or that supermarket, that your life is unfolding in a different path, in a different way, depending on your choices, depending on where you're going, but that all infinite possibilities exist. So 4D consciousness is really the awareness and accepting that there's more, that the conscious awareness is out there. It's becoming aware of all of it, aware that we're connected to all of it, aware of the possibilities, and becoming aware that we not only are there different possibilities all around us, different possibilities for you, for your life, for who you are, for what you think, for what experiences you're having. There's all different types of possibilities, but that we can use our imagination to access this, to access more than what we have in the tangible 3D reality. This is virtually how every idea, how everything was created here on Earth, is through someone's imagination. So those people who wanted to fly a plane, they did it in their imagination first. The people who wanted to send a rocket to the moon, they did it in their imagination first. So the possibility exists in your imagination means that it can exist in the 3D reality. It just doesn't yet. So all of those people who, created the wheel, created the airplane, created the rocket ship, sent it into space, those things didn't exist before except in imagination. But because they were possibilities in the imagined world, in somebody's conscious awareness, in someone's conscious imaginal state, because it was a possibility, they were able to bring it into reality in the 3D. And now we can experience, for example, air travel in the reality, where 1,000 years ago, that was a dream. That was only possible in the imagination. So when we're stepping into 4D consciousness, we're stepping into our awareness that the possibility of what we want and what we desire most, whether it's a relationship, whether it's $1 million, whether it's our dream home, whether it is healing our body and becoming vibrant and traveling and socializing and living this life of our dream. It's knowing that that's possible, that it's a possibility out there, and calling it first into being in your imagination. This is the power of manifestation. This is the secret to manifestation, because you cannot manifest from your 3D reality, because we only know what is concrete and real and tangible from our 3D reality, from our physical reality. From our 3D, we see limitations and all the reasons it can't work, all the reasons it won't work. This is why we can't manifest from the 3D, because we're seeing the lack, we're seeing the limitations, we're seeing the reasons why it won't work. We're seeing the concrete in front of us. We're seeing the laws in which we live, right? People who sent a rocket to the moon, people who called that into being, called it in their imagination first. They didn't give up. They saw it as a possibility, and then they used the laws of the physical reality to bend it, to shift it, to change it, because they knew it was a possibility, and they were aware that it could be possible. And that's how they called it into being in the 3D. So you cannot manifest from the 3D. You cannot manifest when we're just seeing lack, limitation, and all the reasons why something won't work. We can only manifest when we are living in our awareness that all things are possible, our awareness that we are more than our 3D reality, and that all these possibilities exist for us. And when we using the power of our imagination to call what we want into being, we can be as creative as we want with this. We can make it vibrant. We can make it real. We can live there in our imagination 24/7. We can believe that it is true. We can believe it even if we don't see evidence for it here in the 3D physical reality. We can absolutely have it be real in our imagination. We can see it, we can feel it, we can experience it fully in our imagination, and it can be as real as we want from this place. So this is the place you must manifest from. You must make it real in your imagination. You must assume it is real. You must feel it to be real. Experience the realness of what it is that you want. Make it real in your imagination. Live it real in your imagination. Live it out in your imagination, if only in your imagination, because it is an entire world that you can access. It is the entire 4D world that you have access to. You don't have to come back into the 3D reality and see all the lack and limitation here in this world. You can stay fully living in your imagination. You can stay in this world as long as you want. Nobody can take this world or this awareness or these possibilities or your imagination away from you. You can make this vision, make this reality as real and as tangible as you want when you are living in your imagination. And this is why people say, well, I did manifestation. I said my affirmations. I tried to do a visualization technique. It's like you're imagining something, but you don't really believe it. You're not living there. You're not feeling it from there. You're not bringing that experience to make it real in your mind. Like that is your only possibility now. Like that is your reality. This is your reality because you say so, because you're living it and experiencing it and feeling it and believing it from another awareness, from 4D consciousness. It's not a matter of trying a technique from the 3D, but then opening your eyes, walking away from it 20 minutes later and saying nothing changed. See, all the limitations of reality are still here. It is persisting in a different conscious awareness, creating from a different awareness, believing from a different awareness, because like I said, you don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are being. You manifest who it is that you believe you are. You must believe that you are this new person, this new reality, this new desire, this new state. Whatever it is that you are manifesting, you must believe it is yours and you must play it out fully, completely. Immerse yourself in it from 4D consciousness awareness and stay there as long as you can. Now we're going to get to 5D in a minute because this is where the magic happens, but I'm going to tell you a quick story first to let you see how this works for me and how I recognize this, how I was able to do this. I could not do this with healing for a very, very long time. I didn't manifest my healing. I worked on my healing. I brought my healing into being through the 3D with very, very difficult and long fought for physical protocols and hard work and application and execution. And I teach all of this because it's important that we also heal in the 3D level. However, I started to use manifestation techniques for other things besides healing. They were desires that I had, things that I wanted. I was able to call them into being easily. It started with little things, that I have a certain experience and it would happen. These little things I started to be able to use my power of imagination, use my power of awareness and possibility. And I started to believe that they were possible for me and they started to come into reality. So much so that I decided to actually see if I could manifest my dream house. I actually tried to see, okay? So I think I understand manifestation. Let me see if I can do it with something big. I'm going to do it with seeing if I can manifest my dream home. And I actually have a video on, how I manifested my dream home. You can go back and watch that on this channel. But the reason it worked, the reason I was able to manifest my dream home was because I believed it. It was easier for me to believe. There are some things that are easier for you to believe. They are easier for you to believe that that's what you deserve, that that's who you are, able to hold the possibility of this. You're able to believe it can be true for you. And it's easy because of experiences that you've had in your past, or because of what you believe about yourself or about life or about your situation or others. And so it's an easier shift. And you're way more easily able to become the person that could have that, to become the person that has the dream home. So for some of you, that might be extremely challenging. For me, it was easy. What was really challenging was that I could heal myself. I did not believe I could heal myself because everything I had done had failed. I didn't have any experience that led me to believe that anything I did would make a difference, could get me forward progress. But with other things, like manifesting my dream home, I had had lots of experience in my prior life, right before I was sick, that these types of things were easy to get. I believed that my dream home was available to me and that I would absolutely have it no matter what. I used to believe that. I used to believe that money came easy. So there are beliefs that I grew up with and beliefs that were instilled in me that made it easier for me to actually become the person who could have that, even while I was sick. And yet I could not manifest the one thing that I wanted more than anything in the world, which was physical healing, which was actually healing myself. And that is because when I was manifesting that, when I was trying to manifest that, I was always doing it from my 3D reality, from my lack, from my limitations, from what was concrete here in this world. And I could never do it from the 4D. I couldn't hold that in my imagination. I couldn't believe that about myself. I couldn't step in to that new identity and believe that it was mine. I just truly couldn't do that. So I was trying to manifest and use manifesting techniques from the 3D, and that's why it wasn't working. And so even though I was having a lot of success with manifestation, with manifesting things, I couldn't figure out why I could manifest some things and not others. Why the thing that I really wanted, I couldn't manifest. It wasn't until I realized I was manifesting from the wrong place and I needed to shift out of that world entirely in order to manifest the world that I wanted. I needed to have a complete world shift view, a complete identity shift, a complete change in belief system, a complete shift in conscious awareness, where I was creating from, where I was manifesting from. I needed to do it from the 4D reality. I needed to do it from my imagination. I needed to be able to live and immerse myself in that new world and believe it was mine. That's the step I was missing. I didn't actually stay in that reality. I didn't actually immerse myself into it and feel it and believe it and just hold and continue to live from a different space, right? Different space-time where the laws of this reality don't apply. In my imagination, I could be healed. I wasn't doing it. I wasn't living from those laws, from that space and time. I couldn't see it, right? I needed to have a complete mind shift in order to truly know that I was creating my reality and I could create my health in the 4D, in my imagination. I could. And when I did, I needed to hold on to it, to really live from that place and believe it deeply and never come back to the 3D. I needed to stay there in that new reality in my imagination. And I needed to live my life from this place. Everything I did in the world, everything I did needed to come from this place, from this new reality that I was living in, that I was creating in my imagination. And so when you are able to manifest from the 4D, this is when we see the magic of possibilities open for us. We start to become someone new. We easily change our beliefs. We change them. We create what we want in our imagination, and we don't stop until it becomes reality. Because we stay in our imagination. We stay in the world that we want to create. And we stop acknowledging the limitations in the 3D reality. We stop acknowledging the existence that it can't happen. We stop acknowledging the existence of all these lack and limitations and dead-end roads in the 3D. And we start living from a new reality. We live in our imagination in the 4D. This is how we manifest. Now, it gets really good when we get to the 5D. Because from 5D reality, we are able to instantly manifest. We are able to instantly become. We are able to become, we are able to be. This is where manifestations appear and come into being concretely in the 3D. This is when we see the tangible results in the 3D. This is when we can see all the work that we've done is actually true. It's actually come true in the 3D. We do this from 5D reality. So if you don't know what 5D reality is, we just went over what 4D reality is. It's the awareness that all possibilities are out there and that you are connected to all of them, right? That the conscious awareness is more. When you're in 5D reality, there is no more space and time. All things are possible right now. All things are one right now. This is where you have the realization that you are God. You are one with everything and everyone and every possibility that exists. You are one with it now because all space-time collapses in the 5D and you are creating from a single point of consciousness, a single source of consciousness. And when you realize you are it, you are everything, you are the single point of consciousness, you are one with God. When you realize this, you can have anything that you want in the 3D. It is yours because you are it. You have merged with it in a single point. And so you are healed in the 5D when you say you are healed, when you know you are healed. You are healed when you believe it, when you become one with it, when you know that all possibilities are possible all at once. It is all available to you. You are it. You are everything. There is one single source of consciousness. You merge with God consciousness. You merge to the single point of consciousness. You become what it is that you want. You manifest what it is you desire. You don't have to live from your imagination anymore. You are one with your imagination. You are one with your desire. You are one with your imaginal world. You are one with it here in the 3D reality. All things exist all at once right now in a single point of consciousness. And if you are able to get here, you are literally able to manifest anything that you want. This is the secret. There is no other secret out there to manifestation. I'm telling you, this is it. This is how it's done. You cannot manifest from the 3D. You have to manifest from 4D consciousness. And when you believe that you are one with it, when it comes into a single point of reality for you, you believe it, you feel it, you know it, you are it, then you will become it. Because you don't attract what it is you desire. You manifest who it is you are, who it is you believe you are. You manifest who it is you are being. So it's all about now. It's all about the single point of now. Who are you now? If you are healed now, then you are healed now. All your actions in the 3D are coming from the knowing, not the belief now, but the knowing that you are a millionaire, that you are healed, that you do have the relationship that you want, that you're successful, that you're abundant, that you're living your dream life. All of your actions and possibilities in this world, everything, how you move and think and feel and behave, all come from this deep knowing. Everything that you do and think and believe now are coming from a deep knowing that this is your reality. And when everything comes from that space, it actually becomes your reality. When you're moving and believing and doing and taking action and thinking from this place, then you literally call it into being. You become what you believe. You become what you know. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video today. If you have, please give it a like. And if you got value from this, please subscribe to this channel. And if you are ready to take your health and healing into your own hands and you want to learn how to become your own healer, then click the links below to find out how you can work with me and how you can sign up for my program. And if you want to learn more on this topic, watch this video here. I think you're going to love it. Thank you for spending your valuable time with me today, and I will see you in the next video.